Hey everyone, I'm Alana. Welcome back to the Lana Golden channel. We are here for another episode of this season's Letter to My Ex. On this episode, we'll be talking with Ashley. She's going to tell us a little bit what it's like to move to make your relationship work. So let us know in the comments if you would ever travel for love or if you've ever traveled for love. Stay tuned.
All right, we're going. Alrighty, letter to my ex. Hey, it's been quite some time since we last talked, and through reflection, I came to a realization that it's taken time to fully embrace. When you first expressed your love for me, it shook me to my core. I never had expectations for someone coming in my life and not just enjoying my presence, but wanting to build more with me. Your openness and honesty were like a tidal wave of emotions, challenging me to step out of my comfort zone and live without the shackles of fear. Looking back, I realize now that the discomfort I felt was a reflection of my own insecurities. You wanted me to embrace life, free from the grip of fear, but it was all new and unfamiliar territory for me. Despite the challenges we face, I still hold on to some of our precious moments and admiration and respect I have for you. You are the first person I felt vulnerable enough to show my scars to, and now I hold scars from you. It took me a long time to analyze and sit with how we ended. In my mind, it just did not make sense that this is how our story would be left. I can say that losing us was one of the deepest pains and griefs I've ever experienced in my life because it forced me to confront wounds I did not know existed and attend to my neglected inner child. I've come to understand that true love from someone else begins with self love. In our relationship, I became so focused on being a provider that I forgot the essential role of being a partner. I lost myself in the process of learning to love another, perpetuating a pattern I witnessed throughout my upbringing. Existing together, but lacking an intimate love, effective communication, and open mindedness. I wish I could claim that all those scars she left on me are fully healed, but I'm on a journey of self discovery and growth. Every day is a step forward towards embracing life's lessons, even the painful ones. I want to acknowledge and apologize if my actions, stemming from the struggles of my communication, anxiety, and pride, ever cost you harm. As I navigate what comes next, I'm uncertain, but I'm open to embracing life with a newfound commitment to loving myself fully, with grace, compassion, and understanding. I believe that not only by cultivating a deep love for myself, I can truly give and receive love in a meaningful way. Wishing nothing but best of your journey and thank you for being a significant part in the chapter of my life. I can't say it. I'm sorry. It's just like, thank you for being a significant chapter in my story. That's what Leslie had asked me, is why.
Hi, everyone. So we just heard from Ashley on her letter to her ex. So now we're going to actually go into the relationship and kind of get into the nitty gritty about what that letter was about. So, why'd you laugh at the end of the letter?
I honestly cried.
Okay.
Um, how dare I allow someone to have so much power over me that you're like a chapter? You know what I'm saying? Like you hold an essence of my
A
existence.
big chunk of your
Just,
life.
I mean, my life is going to go on forever, but I
Right.
definitely feel like this relationship is very much an imprinted
Yeah.
focal point. Like the things when you go through your life and you're like, oh, I
Hmm.
can reflect back. I definitely think
Yeah. That was a
that's
signature moment for you. A canon event, if you
a
will.
canon
But
event. Yes.
if you were a superhero, this would be the thing that like catalyst you into something else better. So
Yeah, I
think of
think
it
I
like
battle
that.
between going between villain though and superhero.
Okay, listen, I love a good villain era.
Mm.
So if that's where you're headed, I'm not mad at it.
I said Drake is my spirit animal.
Oh, you're probably already in a villain era, to be honest. You actually are the problem. Okay.
I'm not the problem, but I just feel like my kindness was
No, you
always
said
taken
Drake
for
is your spirit
weakness.
animal, so you are the problem. But you don't think you are. And that's all right.
I know I'm not.
In this situation,
I
yes.
don't think Drake is the problem either, but we can get into that one another
We
day.
will. We'll get into that later. So
Especially after that
first,
little leaked video.
what'd you think of the leak?
Next question.
Oh, okay. Okay. So we're gonna do some rapid fire questions just to shake some things up, get loose. So, Miss Ashley,
Yes.
first link, your house or theirs?
Our first link.
In general. We're okay,
A
we're just gonna
car.
start that over.
My car.
No, we're gonna start it
Oh.
over. We're gonna start over for that. So these are general questions, have nothing to do with the relationship.
Okay.
All right. So first link, your house or theirs?
There's
Okay. Would you ever have a work fling?
yes.
Okay. After a breakup, when is a good time to sleep with the person that you got accused of sleeping with anyway?
Never.
Oh wow, you're a good one. Okay. What's the craziest thing you've ever done for love?
Helicopter ride.
That's crazy. That's romantic, but I guess is that crazy?
It was like a very spur of the moment. I planned it start to finish. And I was just like, I want to take this person in the air with me. Helicopter ride around
Is it the
Puerto
person you
Rico.
wrote the letter to?
It is.
Yeah, okay. I see why there's an imprint there. Okay, who's better, men or women?
Mm. And what?
Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. Let's go both. So who's better relationship wise, and then who's better intimately?
I think due to toxic masculinity,
Okay.
women are more in touch with their emotions, which I respect. I am a lover girl, so I like that. For men, they keep it simple.
So intimately, you would rather be with men. Yeah. Are you really bisexual? Are you really a lesbian?
Calm down, calm down.
Okay. Last question. What is your biggest red flag?
Oh, I love bomb.
Wow. You know what? You do.
I like to make someone feel so good that they're just so confused.
And you know this about yourself.
I do.
And you still do it.
And no, I've been actually controlling myself. That's why I said villain versus the hero.
Why does love bombing feel good to you as far as doing that?
Oh, inner child. Give, 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 give.
People pleaser? Natural people pleaser?
A recovering
Recovering. Okay,
people pleaser.
cool. All right. Well, first I want to say thanks for coming on.
Of
I really
course.
appreciate having you. Again,
Yes.
someone that's near and dear to my heart, like a little sister to me.
Yes.
So, how did it feel kind of writing that letter and doing the whole process?
Honestly, when you first asked me to do it, I was like, my therapist literally assigned me this to do
See? Good
months
therapist.
ago.
Oh,
Yeah, and I really couldn't come up with words to say. I feel like I said everything I needed
yeah.
to say to their face.
Mm-hmm.
And it still felt like it wasn't being heard anyway. So it was like, why am I writing to waste even more time? You know?
Felt like it
But
wasn't worth your time and energy.
I just was looking for the perfect words to say, and I realized that there never were going to be enough perfect words. Yeah.
So, how do you feel after you've now done that?
I think I need to let it go.
Okay.
Like, I think that I learned a lot, but I don't want to be stuck learning. I feel like I took enough, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I think when I was talking about the pride, I feel like I've given this person enough of my energy and time
Mm-hmm.
and mental in my life. I'm so much more than that relationship. I'm so much more than
Mm-hmm.
supporting and loving someone.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Good. So, just kind of walk me through the relationship. Like, how was it being in love with someone who was in love with someone else, and how that turned into a relationship? Because
Um,
weren't you for a minute the side chick to another side chick?
I was not a side chick to another side chick.
Hmm.
When I first met my ex, I was unaware of the full story, the full
Okay.
picture.
You were unaware that she was a side chick.
I was unaware that she had feelings and still hadn't closed another chapter.
Got it.
Yes. So I was already emotionally invested.
Mm-hmm.
Things kept unfolding, and I was just like, rationalize this, like this makes sense. Like, it's okay. Like, clearly I'm the one for them. So, like, I can let them go through what they need to go through
Mm-hmm.
because I know that I'm the one.
So that was you ignoring the red flags.
That was me ignoring the fact that potentially this person wasn't even going to be ready to give me the love that I needed nor deserved. So I guess you could say ignoring the red flag.
Okay. So kind of walk me through like how you guys met or how y'all got together. You know, a lot of this you ended up moving for this relationship. So
I
like
did.
just give me a quick like summary of how we did that.
Quick summary is you don't realize that people in your life connect in ways. My high school friend, actually met her in middle school,
Hmm.
went up to college, good old Howard University, and brought down a friend with her for her birthday. And her friend ended up being my ex.
Mm-hmm.
And literally the first time we talked, sometimes I might be a little slow, but eye drops. Y'all, like I still try to put eye drops in. It's insane. I don't know how I have contacts in, but my eyes are so dry. And I was like, I don't know how to put contacts in. And this like sweet little voice was like, I'll do it. And I was like, oh, okay, sure. And then we just never stopped talking.
Y'all fell in love because she put in your contacts?
She put eye drops in so that my contacts weren't dry anymore.
That's such a you thing.
I know.
I feel like that's the start of a rom-com.
It was.
Is that how you pictured it? Okay.
Honestly, at the time while it was happening, I didn't see it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but then I just remember immediately after that first link, she like DM'd me that night, and I was like, "Oh, okay, so like I'm not the only one interested."
Right.
And then after that, it was just like, "I'm here."
Okay, so then how did we get to
Moving.
living together?
We share a lot of the same professional interest.
Okay.
Um, both trying to get into medical school, both trying to become doctors.
Mm-hmm.
We both had this passion for wanting to travel. We had huge, big dreams, and we wanted to figure out the best way to try to accomplish those. And at the time, it seemed best that we do those things physically in the same space. And a plan got compiled that the best answer at the time was to move in with her and
Okay.
her family.
Hmm.
That was, you know, newly separated, still going through a lot. So I knew that I was walking into not only trying to learn being in my first serious relationship,
Mm-hmm.
um, being as open as I was, as in this was the first girl I ever like posted, like, dealing with like sexuality and confidence. This is the first person
Mm-hmm.
that I was like, I don't care. I love this person and I want everybody to know. Like, she was at my graduation. She met my grandparents. Like, everyone I thought in the
Yeah.
world that would hate me for being myself, I
Yeah.
introduced her to. So it was a lot.
How long had you been out since when that happened? Like how long were you out?
I was always out, you know?
Glass door closet. Okay.
Like, it's not even that. It's just that, like, I got to a point where I was like, why do I have to come out? Why do I have to tell you
Mm-hmm.
I love someone? Does it matter what I do behind closed doors with this person that I love? Like,
Mm-hmm.
so coming out just felt like falling into this, like, cisgender, non-binary, heterosexual norms of, like, oh, I have to let everybody know and see if it's okay. Like,
Yeah.
I'm okay. Um, but no, it's just a big deal because I never verbally said it. And I think walking up to someone and saying, this is my
Yeah,
girlfriend
it automatically
was the
puts it out
strong enough
there.
emotion where I'm sending you a clear message of where I am and who this person is and where they fit in my life.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How long were y'all together in total? And then how long had y'all been together when you decided to move in together?
Um, our relationship of official girlfriend where we both were on the same page about it
Hmm.
was probably about a year.
Okay.
Um, but we were friends before we were in a relationship for about what, 7 months, seven,
Okay.
8 months of friends before we made it official. And yeah, it sounds very stereotypical in the gays, but
Yeah, y'all love to move in together, child.
we were making plans to move in May. So I think 2 months. And we officially moved in August
Two
together.
months after officially being together, y'all decided to live together.
Yeah, because it was always a talk of living together platonically.
So even when y'all were just friends.
Yeah, our
Okay.
relationship was very close. We were really great friends.
Okay.
Like, we had great conversation. Like, I feel like to be able to date someone and commit as
Yeah.
much as I did, I appreciated a lot of the qualities she had. I appreciated her mind, her genius, because like I'm someone that values intelligence,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm someone who, even though I might be quirky at times, I am intelligent. So that's something that I respected, and we can have those types of conversations together.
Okay, cool. So where did y'all cohabitate? Like, because you're in Georgia now. So where did y'all move to? And you said something about being with her family. So what did that living arrangement look like?
Upstate New York.
Big leap.
I mean, in all transparency, my dream is always to live in New York City.
Okay.
And at the time, I was like, okay, like let's go to New York. It's a little farther than where I want, but it's a stepping stone. That was supposed to be a temporary study for the MCAT, and then we're gonna move somewhere and get a place. We just needed a space to help each other study to get to the next level. That was the intention of moving in with her family.
Okay, you said you moved in with her family.
Yes, I lived between her mom and her dad's house. I lived more exclusively with her father. We had like our own little space in the basement, and like I've had roommates before, but living with someone that you also have like emotions for and not holding the emotions of just like roommate bickering was an issue. And then I also feel like I honestly would never again live with someone and their family because I felt like we had fights that siblings would. It became very hard to be a partner and show up as a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Everything got so confused in that space for me mentally. And then on top of that, seeing how another family operated opened up a lot of wounds for me because I was like, wait a minute, everyone's family isn't as dysfunctional as mine in the same ways.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, some people's dads actually want to talk to them and spend time with them.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't grow up in that type of household.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot to handle at once. It wasn't just a relationship.
Yes.
It was like my entire life
changed. Yeah.
flipped
it was
upside
a
down.
whole new scenery.
And I don't think that they quite understood that, nor was prepared to support me in that.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they were still somewhere familiar with their people and stuff like that, and you were like
I was
fish out of water.
completely unsafe. Not in the fact of her family never made me unsafe. They actually treated me as their own. And to this day, like, I still consider her family my family. If they actually needed something, like, yes. But I felt unsafe in the fact of how I was raised, and I had a lot of implementations of my parents. You don't go into someone else's house and do these things and that things, and I didn't want to ever overstep my boundaries. It was like I didn't feel free enough to where it was my home.
Yeah, to really get comfortable.
Right. And that was always a fight we had is I'm doing everything in my power to make it comfortable. But no matter what you do,
I'm not going to be
not in that space. Not in that space because it will never truly be my space. I can put a poster on the wall, but I know that your dad's upstairs.
Yeah.
And I don't want to overstep boundaries with your dad. And can I invite people over and bringing people? This isn't my space. Like I was just like, my main focus was staying out of the way. And getting to what the next step of the plan was, which was, to get our own place and travel. And we just never got there. I think, honestly, our downfall started when we tried living in the way that we did. I feel like it really did.
And what you experienced, I feel like a lot of people who are married or cohabitate also experience. And so dealing with that very early on in your relationship can be weird and can be really hard. So just to kind of set the scene for everyone, you met this girl, y'all were friends for a while, you got into a relationship, both of you, had your own things going while you were friends. And even while you were kind of talking and being more romantic, both still had your own things going on, got together, decided to move in together, but not just move in the same state. Y'all decided to go all the way up to New York, live together, study for the MCAT, fresh out of undergrad, and y'all gonna live with her parents who are just newly separated or divorced.
Yeah.
So for y'all watching, being close to Ashley, we were all back at home like, girl, please don't do this. Please do not do this. I think I might have verbatim been like, this might be the dumbest shit you ever did.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the support was always there in that if it didn't work out, not to say we never wanted that for you, because ultimately you were happy with your decision and that's what you wanted to do. At the end of the day, you're a grown woman. We can't stop you. But I was like, if anything ever happens, I'll be at the airport to pick your ass up.
Yeah.
So yeah, that is a but that's a lot. Like everything that you just said you experienced, that's what we your support team on the back end was thinking about of like if things end horribly, which they didn't end horribly, but they didn't end how you would have liked them to. Had it been a falling out with her family or a real big falling out with her, you would have been asked out in New York. Like that's her at the end of the day, even if you were in the right, that's her family. They're gonna side with their blood child and stuff like that. So it was always just that natural kind of worry for you. And then MCATs are no joke. Like you were going to be in a new relationship, living with people you've never lived with before. Like you said, trying to be comfortable, but it was never, like you said, it was never going to be your space. It's their space. And like even though you grow to feel like somebody like your in-laws are your family and your parents, it's still not the same comfortability as it is with your own people. Even if it is dysfunctional, it's like I can do anything around them because that's my family specifically that I grew up with.
Yeah.
So you were kind of walking on eggshells, trying to be a good partner and trying to study for the biggest test of your life, basically.
Yeah. I was
Yeah.
full of anxiety and I shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize that if it's more than the attraction, it's more than the
Yeah.
quality someone has, it's the capacity to connect and be considerate of other people and the ability to put yourself in someone else's shoes and truly understand. I feel like many times when I tried to communicate where I was,
Mm-hmm.
and saying the story, it seems like you very much can digest everything I'm going through. But
Yeah.
it felt like at times communicating that either came out wrong or was received wrong.
Yeah.
And every time I gave open communication, it was taken as not being appreciated or like a
Mm.
clapback. Um, yeah. And it was a lot, especially with someone who already deals with anxiety. And I
Mm-hmm.
was very transparent and open about that with
Yeah.
my ex up front. They also deal with anxiety and other things. So it was like I went in with this understanding that they weren't going to be perfect.
Yeah.
I just think that my imperfections, I don't know. I truly believed by the end of the relationship, my ex really thought that they were better than me.
Hmm. Okay. So how long did the relationship last? How long were y'all together totally from the official to the end?
A year and like 2 weeks.
Okay. Why'd y'all break up?
She broke up with me. Um, and the way that it was explained every time was never like straightforward. She could never really shoot it straight with me for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
It was always like walking around eggshells. Like it was like your graduation's coming up and you're not telling me about
Hers.
plans. Yes. You're
Okay.
not telling me about plans. Like I'm always asking about stuff. I'm always trying to sit and have these conversations and you're just dancing around it.
So
You're
she's like
talking
an
to,
anxious avoidant.
yeah, it was our relationship literally started to play out as an anxious avoidant attachment. Like point blank period, the book. If you read it, that's what it was.
Mm-hmm.
She was, at least in our relationship, very avoidant.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she was avoidant in a lot of stuff. I always hated feeling like I was getting information after the fact.
Mm.
And to me, I think that's a lie. Even
Yeah.
though you didn't, I asked you a question, you didn't tell, like, you lied to me. The fact that you had information that you didn't want to share with me,
Yeah.
and then it just, like, comes out later. It was like,
Sneaky.
yeah, it feels sneaky and it feels deceitful. And it's just like, be open with me. And everything was these little steps of here and there. And I would never this and I wouldn't that. And I'd be like, okay, well, like, let's be honest and open about it. And
Mm-hmm.
I will say that, like, I did not like the person that came when my anxious attachment style was triggered, though.
That you became. What did that look like?
I feel like with my anxiety, I wanted to control everything.
Mm.
And she made sure to go out of her way to show me you control nothing.
Damn.
And that was triggering for me.
So purposely, like, not even rebelling, but just inserting independence. So at that point, it doesn't even feel like a partnership. It's
Yeah,
like you're trying to do us, and I'm showing you I'm gonna do me.
basically.
Yeah.
Over and over again, I'm gonna do me. And it's like, okay, but we made a plan, we made a commitment. Can we at least sit down and have conversations, but I realized once everything came out, she had already made the decisions and had all the conversations by herself.
Yeah.
And she was just playing out those conversations to me.
I'm just letting you know what I already decided.
Yes, it's never like I have this thought in my head and I've been feeling this way. And a lot of times she'd be like, "Yeah, you're right. I probably should have brought this up earlier."
Do you feel like you should come to people though with something that you might be unsure of? Like sometimes when you have those thoughts, you
Yes.
don't really know what it is you might actually think or feel, or it's not concrete. So it's like, should I tell you this kind of core shaking thing when I'm not even sure if that's 100% what I even feel?
I think that in a relationship where it's considered a partnership and you're supposed to grow, it's supposed to be a safe space to release whatever thoughts you have. Because sometimes, and I do this a lot, you reaffirm your own decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It's very hard for you to like play devil's advocate with yourself.
Yeah,
You're
you
going to
already know what you
reaffirm
want
it.
to do.
And then you're going to actively look for that person, whatever they do. Ugh, I'm right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it was just things where like even if you're uncertain, when you got to the point of making decisions and
Mm-hmm.
talking to other people about it,
Mm.
are you that uncertain?
So how did you know it was over? Like, what was the last straw?
Hmm. I think when I found out that we took a break, we're no longer in a relationship, she wanted
But you're
space.
still living there.
I was still living there. She needed space.
Mm-hmm.
And I was still trying to process, like, it was like I just took my MCAT. Like, I was stressed about my MCAT while being stressed about this relationship. It was very hard for me to study and have confidence in myself and my academics, even though I know I'm intelligent, just because
Yeah.
I felt so unfamiliar with everything else in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And like, she took down all of our pictures off of her Instagram probably that night or morning after I took my MCAT, and I was driving on my way back home to
Yeah.
her. And she just like, you've never supported me, and you've never been there for me, and you've just never made me feel loved. And I just felt so attacked, just like, I swear on everything this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I work this job that drains me. I'm trying my best to hold on until we can get to step 2.
Of living together, like
Yeah.
out of your parents' house.
Yes, I'm trying my best to get comfortable so that I can be a better person and partner. And that wasn't,
Mm-hmm.
you wanted someone that could do everything that you needed for right then and now. And she said once to me, I've always said I love you, but I've never said I'm in love with you. She said that to me. Like, it was just like everything she started to say to me, it was very,
Just got mean.
yeah, towards the end. Everything was very cutthroat and rude, and it started to feel like my father.
Mm. So you were talking about like things that had been neglected in your childhood or just traumas. So what kind of were those childhood traumas that being with her brought up?
Being okay with my emotions and feeling validated and sharing them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, that was a big one. I think just loving myself. I think that at times I had expectations for my partner to meet that I should have been meeting myself.
Mm-hmm.
Why isn't my partner making me feel good right now? Why aren't they taking care of me? Like, when I first met them, I felt so good. I was on this high. Why can't I get this high off of this person anymore? Why can't you instantly make me feel good? And it's
Because it's
like,
up to you.
right, it's not their responsibility. But a lot of my life, I've gone through searching and seeking love, you know, honestly from my father.
Mm-hmm.
And he is not in touch with his emotion. And
Damn daddy
he's very
issues.
avoidant
Get you every time.
every time. So his avoidance then triggered in me, like,
Love harder, try harder, do
yes.
more.
And I still have been battling with that with my father to this day. But I've come to the point of being more open and honest. Of I refuse to give people the power. I will show you I love you the best way I can.
Yeah.
And I will make attempts to try to be there for you. And that's with everybody. But like, I am not giving my last dime. I'm not giving my last breath for anyone because I have to love me.
Mm-hmm. Cause you know you a trick.
Yeah,
You like to show people how much you care.
I do. I like to make people feel special because I feel like
Cause nobody made you feel special.
in ways, yeah, but also and that's with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It's just who I am a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It truly
Just a
is.
natural giver.
I am. My profession, wanting to be a
Well, yeah, taking
doctor,
care of people.
medicine is taking care of people. Nurturing is it's ingrained in me.
Mm-hmm.
So anything I've ever done for anybody has always been genuine with no intention of something coming back. But just to
Mm-hmm.
know that someone felt comfortable or happy or safe or smiled, like that brings me
Yeah.
good feelings. It is what it is, you know? I really think that the biggest thing that I wanted to make sure through my healing journey I took away is
Yeah.
loving myself.
Okay. So that's what you feel like you learned through the relationship more than anything was to love yourself.
Yeah, I vividly remember having a conversation with her father, and I was like, I don't recognize myself. I don't know who I am.
I mean, you were away from everything you knew
I
as
know, but
well.
then just like like who I was, like I just felt like anything I did would have been wrong with my ex. And
Mm-hmm.
then but I still would do whatever she needed.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I don't like to cry. But yeah,
No, it's okay. Like, if you need to take a minute, I completely understand. And you talking about it, there's a lot of emotion. Like,
for real.
even though it's over, and even you mentioning wanting to let it go or needing to let it go, it still stirs something up in you. I don't know if it's like a resentment or if it's an anger, but it's almost like trying your hardest and somebody giving you an F and you are pissed about that F.
Very much so.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Thank you. Very
Of
much so.
course.
I'll say that for sure. Just because like I don't invest or put myself in places or in people that I don't see value and worth in.
Right.
And I just don't like the idea. Like, I don't know. I think what's like plays in my mind the most is like, I felt like by the end, I was nothing.
Mm-hmm. Through the situation or through everything she said, like tearing you down.
Everything she said towards the end tearing me down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that, but also, like, our values didn't always align.
Mm-hmm.
There are key things where it's like, I still love this person, but realistically, for the person that I am becoming and want to continue to be, and the person that she was when I met her, they wouldn't align for what I need. I have no idea where she is now, or what she's
Yeah.
doing, or how she's grown, or whatever. But through, I can say, the timeline of our relationship, the partner I needed, I don't think that she was ready or prepared to be for me. Just
Mm-hmm.
like the partner that she needed, I don't think I was prepared or ready for her. I don't think either one of us were prepared or ready to be what each other needed.
Just young, dumb, having fun.
Yeah, I mean, young, dumb, having fun and thinking that
Now we're gonna
love
take
will
on the
conquer
world
all.
together. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, though, I have no regrets about it because when you dream big and it works out,
Big reward.
yeah, people like to settle. I don't want to settle.
Mm-hmm.
I know I deserve a lot more.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Yeah,
As always.
yeah, So I love cautiously now, though, I will say. I'm not as vulnerable.
Miss Love a Girl.
I give up a lot of walls now.
Okay.
Like in my like relationships now, it's so weird.
Yeah. So
Pre
how
my
have you
ex,
moved on?
I
How
don't
did you
even.
move on? Have you moved on?
How did I move on? I did some unhealthy things to try to move on. I definitely did.
You have some unhealthy coping mechanisms.
Yeah, I did some unhealthy ones, but then I did a lot of healthy ones. I
Okay.
will say that like my therapist and going to therapy is really one of the biggest things that's helped me grow.
Yeah.
Not because my therapist was telling me what to do, but it
Mhm.
was in a space where I was with myself, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I was talking out loud and saying the things that I replay in my head, but out loud, and was like, wait, what? And then she would question that thought and be like, well, why do you think that? And then I'd be like,
I don't know.
I don't know. And she's like, I don't know. Let's sit with it. Let's dig a little deeper. And then
Yeah.
like, boom, childhood trauma. Boom, into this. Boom, that. Boom, a trauma from something else that she even realized reflected into this. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I've grown so much. I am not the same person that I was before meeting her.
No, yeah, self-awareness is a bitch for sure.
I'm extremely self-aware now,
Yeah.
and I don't like it because now, no, because like
No, yes.
when you're red
Yeah.
flag, you don't know you have it. It's like I can keep
You
doing the
do
red
know you
flag.
have it.
No,
You do know you have it.
no,
You know
no.
you have it. Anyways, but yeah, being self-aware is it's amazing. It sucks because before you were emotionally bypassing, like you were feeling all these things or kind of thinking all these things,
Mm-hmm.
but not actually sitting with any of them. And so, or you couldn't identify certain feelings.
Yep.
So when you become self aware and you really get to know why you do certain things, or just now you're feeling all the feelings, it's
Yeah.
very overwhelming. You went from
Very.
maybe feeling or thinking or understanding the root of like a third of yourself, and now the more you increase that percentage of understanding, it's more information, it's more
Yep.
knowledge. It almost feels like you're in the matrix, like it actually is overwhelming to the point that it can sometimes be too much to understand yourself,
Mm-hmm.
because it's all the emotions, it's all the
It's
thoughts. Yeah.
everything. And then I feel like there is a point of over analyzing too. Because at the end of the day, we're all just humans. And no
Mm-hmm.
matter how aware I am, that's not going to stop me from ever making another mistake.
Absolutely.
I'm still going to have my heart broken by somebody else one day.
Yeah.
Same person, like who knows? My parents break
Not
my
same
heart every
person,
day.
please, please, Ashley, you can't
Same
do that.
person, as in like crying right now. My heart still has wounds.
Yeah.
And I don't even know. It's not even just like relationships. Sometimes friendships. Like
Are you still friends with the friend that introduced y'all?
no, because
All right. Well,
but then the thing
birds
is
of a
like
feather.
it's not even that because they're not friends either anymore.
Damn.
I know, but the thing is just like I
The
moved
friend
back
stopped?
home. I don't even
Yeah.
That's none of my
Okay.
business.
Yeah.
I moved back home
Mm-hmm.
and
So now you back dealing with your family shit. So you went from her family shit to your
yeah,
family
it's just
shit.
like mentally I've gone through a lot. That's why I was like,
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's big chapter because it's just like a lot of things all at once tied in and kind of a root connecting at this point sometimes always goes back to my ex at times.
Yeah.
But I came back and like my ex had a lot of good shit to say to me though. Like the whole relationship wasn't bad. We had great times together.
Yeah.
Like she told me, Ashley, you need to like fucking pardon my language, stand up. Like stand up. Stop letting people walk all over you. Stop giving to everybody.
She
Some
just
people
was
in
talking
your
about her when she said this.
she was just like, and like it was true and I've cut off people since then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk to anymore. It is what it is. Like
Yeah.
I've evolved into that. There were certain things she had to say that like it was hard for me to hear.
Mm-hmm.
She really tried to help me with my inner childhood stuff, but I wasn't ready for that and I don't think the way that she brought it up was the best way to try to approach me on that.
Yeah.
She definitely had a lot of great intentions. I just think it got to the point of such overwhelmingness that she needed to go out and breathe, and as an avoidant, her escape was something that's easier because this just isn't.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that there was any ill intent in hurting me, which I've started
Hmm.
to learn. There was no ill intent. She didn't hurt me. She didn't do anything to me. She just made decisions for her. And in consequence, the decisions she did for herself have affect me, like butterfly effect. I'm doing these things for myself. But you ever heard the saying, like, how people treat you is a reflection of how they feel about themselves?
Yeah.
Right then and there, I don't ever think she went around like, I hate this girl. I know that letting go of our relationship was very difficult for her, just as much as it was for me. I don't think that it was just like, oh, throw it away. She
Yeah.
brought me into her family. She opened me up into her space.
Yeah.
I saw the real vulnerable truth of her
Mm-hmm.
and her life and the things that she had to go through and trying to understand different things. I saw a lot and I appreciate the time that she gave.
Yeah.
I do, because it's so much bigger. I know people are like, oh, that's dumb and this, but like it takes a big step. Imagine just like letting someone in to your life,
Yeah.
in your home, the one place where you feel the most comfortable to be yourself. I allow you to live there.
Yeah.
I include you into family conversations.
Yeah. That's a big deal.
Yeah. I cooked family dinners with her father. It wasn't just two people who had good emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really hard.
So when you show kind of that anger, is it towards her or is it you mad at yourself?
Mm, I think it's a mixture of a lot of stuff, actually.
Because you talk about power, like someone having that much power over you, this being such a
I'm
significant piece
mad
of your life.
at myself at times, but
Okay.
that is why a key part of my letter was loving myself with compassion, grace, and understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tried the best I could. I wasn't aware of things that I needed to work on. I wasn't aware of them. And sometimes things click differently for others. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I am mad at her at times because it was like she did neglect the plan. And there were many things that I was not very happy with how she went about it. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like our breakup and respect for my feelings and things could have been considered a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like I just feel like it is what it is. When you end something like that, does it ever just end beautifully? When a heart break, it doesn't break even.
Ah, that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, like it
Yeah.
it just doesn't. So I could be mad and be like, you could have broke up with me better. Like, but if you're just discontent, who am I to hate you for wanting better for your life? If you truly don't think that I'm good or better for you, who am I to make you stay in that? Because if someone wanted to do the same to me, it's like, I'm not happy here.
Yeah. But that still doesn't give her the right to make you feel bad about yourself?
I don't even think that was her intention. I think that's a personality thing. She's just very critical. She's critical of herself. She's critical of others. And I'm sensitive. So you have to
You
realize,
are.
I'm sensitive. So when you're dealing with different people, you have to take in consideration the full picture. I don't ever think she said stuff to bring me down. She was critical. Now, towards the end, do I think there were some things that she said out to spite me or to bring me down because she was
Mm-hmm.
angry, mad, annoyed? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But nah, like, I wasn't perfect in our relationship, and I can completely understand why she wanted out.
Hmm.
I went through so much that I shut down and couldn't be a partner.
Did you ever want out and just was trying to hold on?
No, I didn't want out. I just wanted to catch my breath so that I can then come back and be better in the relationship. And she just wanted to catch her breath by walking away from it.
Hmm.
But we both wanted the same thing, to catch our breath.
Did you feel like the love y'all had was equal, or one of you clearly loved one more than the other?
I think it was equal. The love, equal. Certain things about understanding or respect might vary, but the love was equal. It was very interesting that there's a book she wanted me to read, and I ended up finished reading it.
After the breakup?
Through the breakup, and I finished it after because I've been doing a lot of reading. But it was I think it's like What Is Love by Bell Hooks.
Yeah. All
Yeah.
about love, yeah.
Yeah, and like she just kept saying like love isn't a word, it's an action. And even through reading it at times, I was just like, I don't think that you did everything in the book.
It's like, bitch, you full of shit.
It's not even that, but it's like,
did you read the book you recommended?
and in ways I feel like we never had the time to like really sit down and dive into that. But then I
Yeah.
was tired too. Like there was so much other stuff going on. I worked a full-time job
Mm-hmm.
while studying for the MCAT.
Yeah. That's something that's so interesting between like you and Leslie both, or just in general that with people that have come on, is it's always been having too much going on is what kind of ended the relationship. Like it wasn't necessarily a cheating thing or like this big disrespectful act. It was always I was being tested to the limits externally, and so were you maybe, and we just couldn't find ways to support each other in that and stay together. It was like we both have to go through our own shit separately because
Mm-hmm.
trying to deal with my shit and your shit together just couldn't do it.
No.
And that sucks because that's literally the point of long-term committed relationships. It's like there are no off days, you know. You may not give 100% every day
Yeah.
because you don't have 100% to give, but ultimately there is no okay, well, we'll pick this back up when I get finished going through what I'm going through.
Yeah, but I feel like unfortunately most people don't understand that.
Yeah.
But I also feel like I'm so young that everything we wanted
Yeah.
to take on, like I'm still learning and growing, and I have a lot more learning and growing to do.
Do you think y'all will ever get back together?
I actually have no idea. Do I think I'll run into her again? Maybe. I mean, we both plan to be doctors. Run into
Hopefully
her.
on opposite sides of the country, child.
I don't know. I have no ill intent in my heart for her. I just sucks when things don't work out, you
Yeah.
know?
Wow, you're really nice about this because I don't fuck with that bitch.
Most people don't.
Yeah, how was well, I guess did it get better once you moved? Because prior to moving, your inner circle didn't care for her. So how did it had you ever dealt with being with somebody who your friends and family didn't like?
Um, I feel like for me, it was difficult at first, but then I was just like, when you choose that person,
Mm-hmm.
all you ask is for the people around you to respect it. Because nobody will ever know my ex the way that I knew her. Everyone can have their preconceived notions of who she is and how she's this or that, but like nobody can understand her and our relationship other than me
Yeah.
and her. So for me, it was difficult at first, but I never, other people around me not liking her did not deter me from wanting to love her.
No, yeah, it was very
Now,
clear you were sold.
yeah, because I feel like I'm giving you the chance to shine, not anybody else. If I'm choosing you and committing to you and saying, okay, I'm giving you the chance to shine, it doesn't matter what other people say because I think a lot of my life I live caring about what other people say. So if I
Mm-hmm.
just listen to, oh, I like this one, I like this one, and you can like the one bitch that beats the fuck out of me when I go home. You know? Same thing with sexuality. Like you would rather me marry this man and he's beating
Mm-hmm.
on me every day than be happily married to a woman. That's what you'd prefer.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like when you come from like a religious standpoint and like growing up in a conservative household like I did, like is that what you prefer?
Mm-hmm.
So like for that it's like I get it, but it's not, my partner isn't for you to like. My partner is
For me
for
to
me
love.
to
Yeah.
love and to support and to be there for. So, I think with that does come respect though.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me that is something that I will definitely carry, is at least making sure that my partner feels respected. No matter people's opinions, I would like for them to always try to make my partner feel comfortable going forward. I think I should have done a better job at that in my last relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
yeah.
So how's dating now? Are we dating?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whatever you want to define dating as.
What are you doing, lover girl? What are you doing?
I'm just open,
Mm-hmm.
I'm open, I've gone on
Open to
dates.
anybody, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, I know I'm not ready to like commit to the level that I did with my ex anytime soon.
Yeah.
Um, but I am open to getting to know someone
Mm-hmm.
that shares general hobbies and stuff. I mean, there was one person kind of got a little messy. And I don't know. That's what I'm saying. There's always an ex. I want everyone to know that there's always somebody else creeping around
Girls
that
will always.
corner. Like, always creeping around the corner. Cause it was like, yo,
Everybody's got somebody until they don't.
bro. And there's
Nobody's truly single, basically.
no,
Everybody's
nobody's
always dealing
ever,
with somebody.
somebody is always dealing with somebody. And it was just like, I knew with the one person I was hanging out with, they were dealing with somebody. But at the same time, I was just like, but I enjoy their company. And I proposed, this is what I have to offer. And that's not what they wanted. They wanted that. And they went back to that. And like, that's cool. Um, I met, some people when I go out and we talk and we have great conversations.
Oh, child.
When I travel, I meet some people too, and we FaceTime. I do a little. I'm honestly just doing me. I don't like to go on dates. I don't like dating apps. I don't like to go on dates for real.
So you're not dating. So these are flings, hooking up, friendships, friends with benefits, that
Yeah, like
type.
if you're saying dating for the next step of being a relationship,
No, but I'm saying date. You just said you don't like going on dates.
I don't
So then,
because
how are you
I don't
dating?
because I've been on dates and it's be like, bro, I'm still here. And I could be at home in my bed.
No dead
And it's
ass
and it's
though.
because of it's because of them. Because there's certain people I've hung out with and it's like last person we would be in the car until 3 a.m., bro. Just like chilling every day. For like 2-3 weeks straight. It
Mm-mm.
was like I would get off work
Mm-mm.
and we link in. And then I know it was a lot. We would just hang out all the time. And then there's some people where it's like getting through a movie with you. Like this free meal really isn't worth it.
Honestly, yeah, I don't like going out with people that I don't like because the meal, the whatever, is not worth it to me. I don't want to be here.
That's the
I don't want
thing.
to be
That's what I
here.
mean, like dating and asking like 1,000 people their favorite color
Yeah,
and like
the
how many
small
siblings
talk.
do you
I don't
have?
care.
And it's not even that I don't care, but it's
Oh,
just
I
like
don't.
I'd only care if I liked you.
Let's skip the pleasantries actually, because I don't know. It's like I like getting to know people, but I don't care for the basic get to know you questions because ultimately that's not going to decide whether or not we're actually going to
That's
work. Like if my favorite color
mm.
is pink and yours is blue, doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, but I will say that I'm learning it is very, very important to understand very early on someone's dynamics with their family. Like, how many siblings they have, their relationship with their mom, with their dad, because like a middle child versus the oldest child
Oh
versus the
yeah,
baby
completely
child,
different. Yeah,
they move through life differently, low
yeah,
key. And it's like, I don't think I can date a youngest child. Like, I don't.
because you're the oldest.
Technically. Technically, I'm technically a
Yeah.
middle child, but growing up,
What
I
do you
was
act
always the
like more,
oldest.
the oldest or the middle?
Oldest.
Yeah.
I was raised like the
The
oldest.
whole nurturing thing, yeah, it gives oldest sibling
Yeah,
tendencies.
but I mean, I realized through my inner child and healing that I not only had to I had to nurture myself because at times my parents couldn't provide the nurturing I needed, but then I also nurtured everyone else in the house. I feel like I met a lot of emotional needs for my family,
Mm-hmm.
and I took that on. And there were a lot of reasons for me moving to upstate.
Mm-hmm.
Like why there? But it was like I knew I needed to get out of.
I want to get away from
I
y'all.
know I needed to get away from my family for some time too. Like that was a big
Yeah.
thing for me, and it was just like, you know what? Anywhere I go, as long as it's not here, because I gotta figure
Yeah.
my stuff
As
out,
long as it's not here. Yeah, for
because I'm
sure.
back. But
Mm. Maybe we'll discuss on the next one how it feels to be back.
I don't know about that one. You want me to air all that out?
I'm crying.
It's
Okay. So then how did it go with So you said you went on the date, the linking, the 3 a.m.s, and they ultimately there was an ex that they couldn't leave behind. So that's where they are. Okay. And right now we're just dibbling and dabbling in some everything.
Yeah.
Okay.
No commitments here. I'm dating myself.
Oh geez. Okay.
I do. I love going to the art museum. I take myself on little jazz night dates.
You're so
I go drink my little
annoying.
tea and I listen to my jazz.
You and this jazz shit, man.
Bruh, it's good. And like the old school. I've been listening to like the OJs.
That's not jazz, but I do
And
like
I
the
said the old
OJs.
shit. I said and old shit like OJs, The Temptations.
I think you're
What's
56.
that? You can read
Mm-mm.
my
Nope.
No.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Hey. Yeah. I am dating myself. That is what my dating life is going like. I be
I'm
in the
glad you
gym
can
every
ring your own
day.
bell.
I
I'm glad you can do that.
That was good. That was good.
Yeah.
That was good.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what? If you had to describe your ex in 3 words, how would you describe them?
A ball of energy. That was not one word. I'm sorry. Energy.
You want to do 3 separate adjectives?
Yeah,
Okay,
episode.
so energy.
I'm gonna keep it real. Like, I'm having a hard time thinking about her. Uh, Energy.
Narcissistic? Manipulative? Oh,
No.
okay.
Creative
Oh, okay. Oh, we're going with the nice ones. Got it. Okay.
and open-minded.
Way to keep it classy. Love that for
Open-minded.
you. Okay, so what's been the song kind of getting you through this breakup? What's been your breakup song?
Well, obviously, um, Virginia Beach by Drake.
Okay. Why
Um,
Virginia Beach or why Drake?
I just like the energy he portrays in his songs, you know? It's the confidence that you're so sure. Like, you said I should have treated you better, but no, not at all. I treated you good. Like, it's like,
Okay.
no, like, I'm content with the relationship. It is what it is. You can't
Yeah.
go back and fix nothing. Like,
Okay.
you know,
So yours is Virginia Beach.
Virginia Beach is definitely the one that when it comes on, it helps me through.
You feel
Um,
that one for sure.
yeah, but then like also you had a problem with it, but in a sentimental mood does help me. And Yeba Distance. That
Yeah,
was
but
her favorite song. And sometimes I'll just listen to it to give her her moment and our
to
time.
give her her moment.
Yeah, like you like realize when you think about somebody, you're literally giving them space in your mind. So it's like, you know what? Fine, you're
No,
here.
yeah, there's certain once you date somebody fully and stuff like that, there are certain triggers that it's not necessarily a bad thing, but like I can't listen to this artist without thinking about
About
them.
you.
Or there's a specific song that was playing during a argument, a fight, a traumatic moment that we had that now every time I hear that song, it's tied to that. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
have a love-hate with music for that reason for sure,
But
but
music is healing.
it is. It's definitely healing. I mean, for you, Drake, for me, the what's the one for the exes? The
The exes.
it's like fuck my ex.
There's a lot of those.
No, that's literally like the chorus or whatever.
Fuck my ex.
Never mind.
Is it a sexy red song?
No, it's not a sexy song. Anyway, that song gets me like active. So I actually can't listen to it. Even though it helps me, it actually makes me want to fight.
What about fuck nigga free? I like that one. I'm F-A-E-E.
Nah, I'll leave glow to y'all. I'll leave
I ain't got a
Gloria,
word about
hallelujah
no
to y'all.
cheating. And I'm S-I-N-G-L-E
You can't even
again.
say that. You don't even deal with niggas.
You don't know what I deal with.
Oh, so when you said we were opening, we were dibbling and dabbling, it meant back in the male pond. We was dibbling and
Yes,
dabbling in
I am
between.
bisexual.
Okay.
That's me.
I didn't know if you were fully lesbian or not. Okay.
No, bisexual. So, I go back and forth.
But when you envision your future, do you see a man or a woman?
Honestly, right now I don't see nothing.
There you go.
I don't see
I
nothing.
think you living with her really like that did a number on you for real. I think the
Yeah.
relationship itself, but I really think the whole cohabitation thing really
I
got
realize
you.
how much I want and desire my own space.
Yeah,
Oh my
because you've never
gosh.
lived by yourself. It was your parents' house to her
My
parents'
dorm was
house.
like the little peak I had. I loved that little 4 little walls and
Aww.
commons. That was my spot. Had my own bathroom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had the handicap.
Oh,
I did.
that's a nice room.
I
Okay.
did.
Any final words or advice for the viewers?
Yeah. Where can I look? Which one? Yeah. Don't lose yourself loving anyone ever. Period.
All right. Thank you for coming on. So you did, even though you read it off your iPad, you did write your letter. So what would you like to do with your letter?
I think we could light it up.
You want to burn it? All right, let's burn it.
Let's do it. Okay.
Okay, everyone. So now that we are finished with Ashley and that relationship, so long, farewell, we are now ready to burn it. So do you have any final words to this? Like, this is over, this is done with, we're moving on. How are we closing this chapter?
Thank you.
Really?
And good night.
All right. Come on, Jimmy Kimmel, let's do this. Oh, wow. Maybe this relationship was a little,
Yeah.
it was too much. That's why it's taking so long to burn.
Nah. I'm gonna let it go.
I'm proud of you, G.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Catch us next time on Letter to My Ex, Season 1.